Do-do-do-do-do.
1978 Gold Logie winner, Bert Newton.
Bert Newton.
I'm so pleased it's Bert Newton.
Bert Newton.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bert Newton.
There you go.
Hi, mate.
Very good to see you, son. Yeah,
I'm very well, thanks, Bert.
what about Footscray and the Five? You know, they can win the flag, too. They can win the bloody flag. They can win the flag.
And how's Patty? Patty, good?
She's fine, thank you. Hello, Denise.
How
Gosh,
are
it's
you?
lovely to see you.
I love to.
Good to see you.
Bert Newton. Bruce Mansfield does it well.
He does it very well, but unfortunately, these days, everyone, for some reason or other, when they do an impression of me, they make me sound slightly gay, which is ridiculous, darling.
I can tell you that. You look great.
I feel terrific, Ernie.
How do you feel coming back in here?
Oh, well, it's a lovely feeling. As a matter of fact, this is a very big week for me because I'm doing your show. I'm on Sale of the Century. I'm doing Hey Hey It's Saturday on Saturday, obviously. And also I'm on with Robbo on Monday night.
Are you really?
Yes.
Oh.
So I thought something should come of at least
This
one
is
of the
great.
appearances.
Well, we can put all the tapes together and we'll have a special.
But this is the one I've been looking forward to.
Have you?
This is the one, yeah. No kidding. No kidding at all.
I felt very ill the other day. Denise took the kids, she took Emma to The Little Mermaid.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Patty
Oh,
was
lovely.
there with Matthew, and there's Emma and Denise's kids and Matthew all in the one photo, which is... I
I've
thought,
got that photo in the dressing room.
Oh, I'd love a copy of it. If
Very
it's
All
okay.
right.
Yes,
yeah.
really.
I couldn't make that, unfortunately.
Isn't
The
he
Little Mermaid.
gorgeous?
Couldn't
Who's
you?
that?
Matthew.
Oh, and so's Laura, and so's Patty.
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, he's just... No, but his manners are
So's my
just
mother-in-law. Is that going too
impeccable.
far?
No. Go, do you want to go through the whole family? You better.
Well, there's Matthew, there's Lauren, there's Patty, there's you.
Eunice.
Who's a lovely. We've just been to Cairns, actually, all of us. Up
Right.
There.
And
Take
had a good
Eunice up
time?
too.
Yes. Well, it's better than kissing her goodbye. Isn't it? You know? And so she came up with us.
Good line, yes.
It's always worked, hasn't it? Thank you, Ernie. So we had a terrific time.
What you doing? You did the radio in Cairns. What else did you do?
Yes. Well, when you say I did the radio in Cairns, you make it sound as if it was pretty small time.
No, sorry,
It's,
Bert went up.
it's a
Bert went up as
station
a
there.
special guest.
Yeah, special guest compere for the week. It just happened. I had a free week.
Because their regular host, David Letterman, and he
No,
was
it's
on
not, no,
holidays.
it's not David Letterman, actually. It's a bloke whom I didn't meet, actually, but I heard him when he came back and I was just about to fly out of Cairns. And his name is my God, it's a good question, John Mackenzie. And he does a different style radio show to me.
You did talk back and stuff.
Well, he does talk back too, but I interviewed people and sang songs and things like that. But he talks mainly about the problem of cane toads in northern Queensland.
Really?
Now listen, can we run to the footage that
What
we've
for?
got?
What are we going to run for? We're sitting over
Oh
here
no,
to
because
talk.
I
This
can't
is
wait.
not some sort of tribute. I mean, it's not.
You haven't died.
Haven't
No,
you
it's all
heard?
right.
I went to a specialist just recently, and I haven't got the results back yesterday. I thought perhaps you might. know
Why, what's the
something
matter?
I don't
I
know.
figure
You're
if
right.
you don't go...
Oh, yeah, I'm fine, thanks, Ernie.
I figure if you
You
don't
like
go
me.
for
You
the
like being
test-
sick, don't you?
No, I don't like being
Oh, I
sick.
do. Don't you like it?
Not at all.
Really?
I've been sick very seldom in my
Because
life.
I'm a bit of a hypochondriac.
That we know.
I've always been like that, haven't I?
You always, as a young lad, when you were 15 or 16, there was always...
Really?
Yes,
That far back?
yes. Either something wrong with him or his girlfriend.
Well, we always suffered, Bert and I.
Yeah.
16, 17, we always had hangovers, didn't we?
That's right.
But you've played your act up. You're going well now.
Well, I certainly have. I haven't had a drink for, God, what, 17 minutes.
No, what we've got some stuff that you did on Don's show. You remember Don Lane?
Yeah, very well indeed. Do you?
Yeah, very well.
You're
yes,
older.
yeah.
What actually
he's a
happened that
knockout
night,
guy.
Ern? What happened?
Actually, it all got distorted. It was I was bluing with him because he did the dirty on me when I was on AK. I rang him in America to do an interview because he was coming back to work on that ill-fated, network thing.
Sure.
This is an
And
exclusive,
he answered
by
the phone,
way.
and then he dropped the phone down and put his answering machine on. So I left him a message on the answering machine saying next time I saw him, I'd kick him in the shins or something.
Yeah.
And then he came up to me at the Logies and put his arms on. I said, "Get your arms off me, you anorexic yank." And they were the words I
He didn't
used.
like that for some reason?
No, and then something
People
else.
can
He
be
put
so
his then he-
sensitive.
he put his hands on Glenn. I said, "Don't put your hands on my wife. Leave her alone."
I don't.
So he went whack and ran away.
Oh, that's no good, eh?
Didn't hurt though.
Are you speaking now? Everything under control?
I can't stand him.
What, you don't like him?
Not at all.
Oh, he's a delight. He's one
No,
of the
I
nicest...
don't, I don't think he is, but still that doesn't.
Why not?
Pardon?
Why not?
You should kiss and make up at the next
Kissed
Logies.
on Lane. I wouldn't reach his navel.
Worked for me for 8 years. Hey, kiss my ass. Go on. Sure. But Graham was the one who took it too seriously.
Talking of that, have a look at this.
I really love it.
Kick me in the bum. You know what to say, don't you? The evening mist may kiss the grass. And you, my friend, good health.
Watching here a long time or just half a mo?
Now the Chinese go guy do this. Hey, you like that? Okay, I think you're wonderful, warm people who love you very dearly. This is the one, yes.
Oh, how I hate to ride.
How she hates to ride.
Dear John.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank
you, Ernie.
It was
Thank you,
magic.
Ding Dong.
Oh, lovely.
That one
Haven't
in
you-
the sari.
Have you got a copy of all that?
No, I haven't.
Well,
no.
we must give you a
Well,
copy.
that would be lovely.
They're
You know
great.
Wendy Hansen, who is
Very well,
here?
intimately.
Really?
Yes, we're old friends and have been
All
for
right.
many, many years. Is she upstairs?
upstairs
It's working on
today.
the
Okay.
show.
Love to see
See you later, mate.
All of it. Love to see you.
You know what she does? She goes down.
I know what she does, and quite regularly.
She goes down into the vault and gets
That's her.
all
With Peter
the new
Smith.
stuff. And everybody that we've had on, from June Salter, just everybody's come up with some piece of footage that they had not remembered that they'd done.
Can you understand what she's talking about?
Yes, I do. The one most important thing I reckon about the Nine Network, particularly here in Melbourne, is the amount of material that's been kept over
Yeah.
the years. But for so many years, until Wendy decided to do something about it and
Yeah.
go down to the vault, unfortunately, I mean, there was so much stuff down there, people didn't
Yeah.
even realise it existed.
It's
You know
just
what I've
brilliant.
done? Because the Nine Network's changing around a bit. I took up yachting for Alan's sake, and I'm now into polo. You know, with Kerry.
Yeah,
coming
well,
back.
why
You play
not?
polo?
Good
don't you?
idea, good
Yeah,
idea.
Lou Richards and I walk around saying we hate football, we love polo.
And how's old Keza going?
Good. You going to stay with us?
I'd love to.
Bert's
Where
gonna
would I
stay
be
with us.
going, Ernie?
Back in a moment with Bert. Welcome back to the Melbourne Muppets. Bert and Ernie. G'day, Bert.
Bert and Ernie,
I've
that's
always wanted
right.
to do that.
Yeah, sure.
The Melbourne Muppet Show, Bert and Ernie. Now, Demis Roussos, how did you get up like that?
That high note, you mean?
What, singing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, Ernie, the rest of the public in Australia doesn't realise, but I started out as a singer.
Well, you
all
did
those.
not.
I did so.
You did not.
I did so.
With Johnny Ray.
No, I
You used to
mimed.
mime Johnny Ray records.
Yes, I mimed Johnny Ray records. You mimed Ernie Sigley records, which was even worse. And I
I'll
used
knock
to-
your block off.
Yeah, come on, son, you leave the wife alone.
We've never had
Hang
fun,
on,
have
can
we?
I just bring up something? He talks about the time you both had your cars repossessed at the same time.
Ernie's
And you.
car.
And you?
No, I didn't. My car was not repossessed until 3 years ago. When he was 16.
Do you remember my
17.
Zephyr?
The
That is
green
it.
one, very well indeed.
Bert rang up one day and he said, we're going for a drive. So I said, I can't. They've knocked the car off. They've repossessed it.
Exactly. We were driving after a party one night. We got to the corner of Swanston
yeah.
and Burke Street, and there used to be a cop on the corner there, ginger-head boy, and he was a lovely bloke, wasn't he? And Ernie saw this bloke from behind, saw the cop from behind, 7:30 on a Saturday morning. I mean, we obviously
home.
went to an early mass or something. And we saw what we thought was the ginger-head boy, or Ernie did, and he called out, "Any mug can become a copper these days, eh?" And the bloke turned around, it wasn't him. So I shot out. You would have found me in Footscray by that stage. And Ernie, not feeling all that well because of the cough medicine and all that sort of jazz, he was there saying it was only a joke. Bert, who was here, can verify.
That's right, yeah. We used to get a terrible stripe,
Oh,
didn't
we
we?
used to have a good time. When you start laughing, I feel like laughing.
Thank you, Bert.
Ernie and I are very similar too. You know, every story we tell, we've embellished over the years.
Yeah, it's got bigger and bigger and better.
As a matter of fact, I've got a feeling that never happened, you know, with the cop.
As a matter of fact, it did.
We-
But
did
it was a corner of Flinders Street. It was a corner of Flinders and Swanson.
Oh, that during the war.
Didn't we run over his foot?
No,
I thought we went,
no,
that
that
must
was
have been
the
another
embellishment.
time.
That was
the
the
embellishment where he
yes.
ran over his foot.
Yeah, we had him limping around the place and being thrown out of the thing. I think at one stage of the game we had him becoming police commissioner.
That's
didn't we?
right. We used to do things. I'd go out and I'd have to do a concert at the Melbourne town on a Monday. I have no clothes, so I'd go around to Direct Supply clothing. Remember Direct Supply?
Very well.
And buy a green suit or something and a blue tie and go
Yes.
on stage.
All right.
And all this time, of course, I mean, I still had my school to worry about. I was still at school at the time. And we had
I want to know who was the biggest drinker.
Bert.
no, Ernie, definitely.
No, Bert.
Definitely. Well, I wasn't particularly big. Just back in those days, I had a very low tolerance for
Well, I was a classic
for
drinker.
alcohol.
I drank good wines. Bert was just a mud beer drinker, you see, and I was more classy. Because
had
he
a-
came from Fitzroy and I came from Footscray.
I had a low tolerance for drinking, and Ernie had a low tolerance for buying.
I knew you had a gag there. I knew you were waiting for me to shut up. So
And I knew I was going to try and get back to it, too.
To the singing bit, I don't remember you being a singer.
Your love and mine, dear, it will shine, dear, just like the golden ring on your finger.
You love that song, don't you?
Yes,
do.
that's the one thing I'm very envious of you. If I could have gotten hold of a song like that, today my career may have taken a completely different path.
You'll be turning Melbourne today.
Could have been doing in Melbourne today with Denise and having a wonderful
Have you got anything coming up?
at this particular moment.
Well, I can't tell. You got your
I'm
legs
just pleased to see
you. Don't we'll get thrown off you and I. No,
It's going to affect me. It's going to worry me.
Isn't it great?
Yes.
Isn't it great when you've got...
Oh, it's terrific. I can look straight at the camera and say, bum cack.
What about that ad you do in the bath?
Yeah, what about it?
I love it.
Yeah?
You know what, I actually thought you'd shaved your head.
No.
Everyone
What
thought
do you-
that. I had to tell these ladies at Terrelgan Saturday night. I was doing
you
a
working
gig.
at
I still do
Toronto?
gigs.
I
yeah.
was there a couple of weeks ago for the SEC doing a
Were you?
guest job there.
A guest job?
A guest shot?
A shot?
That's what we say in the trade, guest shot.
What for? Oh, for your ad?
No.
For the ad,
Oh, it's
yes.
an SEC ad.
SEC ad, yeah.
But they said Bert shaved his head. I said, no, they didn't. No.
But I did. I just looked at the paper and thought, oh, my God.
No, I wouldn't do that. I mean, you know, art for art's sake, but I mean, as much as I'd like to work.
Were you
I wouldn't.
embarrassed? I mean, because I know you're very,
what?
you're a very well
In taking
built.
the money, you mean?
No, you're a well-built man. You've got a beautiful physique, and
Thank
you
you.
always
Thank
have.
you.
You know,
Yeah.
I remember you walking around your Reg Grundies half full. You know, at 3
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning.
Reg Grundies?
Grundies.
Right.
But you knew that.
God, it's great to feed you again.
Were you embarrassed being in the bath showing your torso?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, it's...
How long were you in it for?
10 hours.
Oh,
doing
you'd be
the
all
shoot.
wrinkled up like a prune.
No, I was anyway before we started. No, what they threw something into the bath which kept that all. Threw Patty into the bath. Which, no, they threw something which was a chemical, which was
Dry
going
ice?
to, yes,
Was it?
yes, and no, it wasn't.
Is there a chemical you can get that stops you from wrinkling in a bath for 10 hours?
Well,
Yeah, you wear
well,
it on your face, don't
not
you?
a lot of people. Not a lot of people spend 10 hours in a bath. There's a lot of people who don't spend too much time in the
true,
bath at all. But there is a chemical now. If you're worried about your hands becoming all prunish and all that sort of
Right.
jazz, they throw this chemical in,
Oh.
and it works, which is
You can put it
terrific.
in spa baths and everything.
Yeah.
Did you find one of the things that hampered you in your career that you're a good-looking man and your looks were too good? Did this hamper you at all? You know that.
Not
through
really,
life?
Ernie. No. That was never. I was never a leading man style of person as
were.
you. Oh, no, well, if you say so. Perhaps I was just for a little while.
Women used to fall all over you.
He's waiting for you to say, did it hamper your career?
No, it's
Well, obviously has.
I'm
hasn't
only teasing. God, if I'd depended on looks, I'd never have worked.
As a matter of fact, back in those early years, without any embellishments at all, the thing that I'm very proud of is the fact that Ernie and I have been mates for all those years. And I think you mumbled something before about in the 30 years or whatever it is that we've known each other, I don't think we've ever had a serious blue, have we?
No. Well, we've argued in the pub.
Yeah, but never a serious blue, which is saying something, isn't it?
Yeah. How long? Now you started at 14, didn't you?
I started when I started around about this date in 1950, so I would have been 12.
12.
12.
What were you doing at 12?
Singing.
Hoping to reach 13. I was singing in radio shows.
You never sang on radio in your life.
I'll do it again. Your love and mine, dear, it will shine, dear.
No,
And we-
what were you singing on?
Sing on
3XY.
3XY. 3XY, yeah. The Princess Theatre. And
Trish started in Brian and the Juniors on radio.
yes.
So we've had exactly the same career because I started at the age of 12 in Swallows Juniors.
One thing I didn't go to Luxembourg though, and I didn't go to Adelaide, and lots of other things that you've done I haven't done.
Yeah, but you went overseas plenty of times.
Yes, but only for a visit. I mean, you were a star over there.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, you have many times before.
If there's anything, if I said to you, you can do anything you like, what would you like to do?
What now?
Yeah.
I think career-wise, in many respects, I've been so lucky. I think it would be wrong of me to be wishing for too much professionally. From a personal point of view, without getting too deep, I'd like to see Australia wake up to itself. I reckon that we're in real strife in this country, and I think there are politicians who lead us, and I think there are civic leaders who lead us, and I think there are a lot of us in the ruck of Australia who just won't accept the fact that we might be the lucky country, but we're going to finish up down the gurgler unless we do something about it soon. That really worries me, both as a father and also as somebody who has genuinely always loved this country. And that's the reason why I've never worked overseas, because I get too homesick for this country, but I think it's being ruined.
Do you think we should run it on the American system? Like you have a president and they bring in someone like, say Hawke was the president, bring in an Harvey Parvo, who is a top financial man, and make him the treasurer for 3 or 4 years like they do in the States?
I'm not too sure about the presidential style, because I'm a monarchist. I admire the monarchy, and I think we need the monarchy, especially where we are in this
yeah,
world.
but still retain that.
Yeah, I think maybe not a president.
Are we
Prime Minister
over-governed?
still. Oh, definitely.
Do you think we should get rid of state governments?
Uh,
I believe we should, don't you?
Universal.
yeah,
for the whole
in
of
theory,
Australia.
yes, but in practice it would never work.
Why? Just
Well,
America.
No, because we're too big. Land-wise, we're too big. And if you've got central government there in Canberra, you can't expect... I mean, you've got to... What about Western Australia? What about Tasmania? What about the far north of Queensland, where I've just been? They feel isolated anyway, and without taking... You know, if they took their state governments away, I think it would be a bad move.
Well, if we didn't have a state government, we wouldn't have Mr Roper as a treasurer. That'd be a good move,
What
wouldn't
we
it?
should do is we should have those people you mentioned before. We should have top business people available to the government. I reckon politicians should be paid more.
But hang
Sure,
on a
I
second.
agree with you.
Half the top business people have gone down the drain as well.
Well, that went through my mind too.
Not the no, not the real good ones haven't. Just the flashy, a lot of the flashy entrepreneurs, they went.
Oh, there are a couple of guys too. I think, you know, it's very easy to kick the Bonds and the Scases of this world. I think you've got to remember for a...
Bond or Scases.
No, I mean, they're two. I mean, they're the two high-profile people. But they provided a lot of employment for a lot of people for a lot of years. You know, I think also they fell foul not only of the business thing collapsing on them, but also the tall poppy syndrome, which we've got.
Oh,
here in
sure,
Australia,
we still have it, that's for sure.
which is very sad in
me
America.
mad,
I mean, it's just the opposite.
Well,
isn't
they
it?
respect people and what people have done, especially in our business too, in show business. I mean, I'm very lucky to be doing Melbourne today, Denise and I, because not that long ago people were saying, you'll never get a job in the business, you're too old. I said, too old? God, I've just turned 50. What's old about that?
What age are you now?
52 in September. You're old. Your birthday's coming up.
Next Monday.
Yeah.
I'm 48.
You are not. You're 52.
I was born in 1940.
You're older than me, Bert.
I'm 52.
You are 3 months older than
52 on Monday, but I don't look it.
That's why. That's why I've always
You
called
look
you.
fabulous.
That's why I've always called him Mr. Newton.
Among other
He's 3
things.
months old.
How long's this show run?
Oh, it looks
As long as you
It's been
like.
wonderful.
It's been terrific, mate. It really
Likewise,
has.
Ernie.
Thanks
Yeah.
for coming in.
Great seeing
Will we
you.
have an Abbott's after the show?
I'd love to.
And then we'll get lager and lager.
Thank you.
Do you like that, Bert?
Great seeing you.
Bert,
G'day.
Good on you, mate. Welcome back tonight.
Thank you. Thanks, Ding Dong.
Do 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 do